Hey, what's going on, everyone? This one's Asking Amsterdam. How much do you make? Hope everyone's doing good. My name is Mace, coming to you from Canada. I think this topic's fairly interesting. I've actually been thinking about this lately. I had a job interview yesterday. I'm pretty sure they're going to offer me the job today, and I've kind of been thinking to myself, like, okay, I applied for this job. I went through the whole interview process, went through the stress of that, did a really good interview. They're probably going to offer me the job, and now I'm like, maybe I just want to stay in my current position. You become comfortable, and I love the flexibility of my current job. I love the hours. I love, because I can make my own hours. I do like just essentially whatever shifts I want. There is some restrictions on weekdays. I kind of have to do afternoons into the early to mid evening, but I don't mind that. And I can do split shifts. I can take days off here and there. So the new position will be more of like your typical Monday to Thursday or Monday to Friday type position, 8:30 to 4:30. And it's like, do I want to do that? I don't know. Is it worth like the little bit of extra money? How can I retire? How can I not work? How can I be free? Right? The rat race is a real thing. We all become entrapped, I think. If you get mortgage, if you get bills, and you kind of can get a ball and chain going really quickly, and it can be kind of frightening to think about that. Like maybe I should just sell my house, and I don't know. Is there other ways of doing things? Should I invest really, really heavily? Invest, nearly everything I can in the goal of kind of retiring by 50, which gives me like 10 years. It's not that long, right? So yeah, let me know your thoughts down below, but let's check this video out. How much people make, benefits, vacation, all of that, and let's check it out.
What do you do, and how much do you make?
Corporate accounting.
I'm a skipper.
Senior project manager.
Personal barista.
PhD students.
I'm a bus driver.
I'm a consultant.
I work in innovation.
I'm a tech recruiter.
Human resources.
I'm a sex worker.
All right, so we had a huge variety of industries there. Interesting.
Amsterdam attracts the world. It's a very international city with top universities and many big global companies. However, it's also one of the most expensive in the world. For example, a one-bedroom will cost anywhere between 1,500 and 2,000 euros. But the median...
Damn, that's a chunk of change for sure. 1,500 euros to 2,000 euros. That's a lot. That's going to break the bank.
Salary in the Netherlands is around 40,000 euros. So, how much do you make? What do you do?
Well, I work for a company that owns other companies, so a holding company. And my job is in the innovation team, which is part of the strategy team.
Okay, and...
Is that a baby seat beside him? I can't really tell. It looks like a baby seat, but I don't see any baby. I assume there's no baby. Maybe it's not a baby seat. I don't know.
Working in innovation, how many years have you been working?
It's about 2 years now.
Okay, 2 years. And for this job, how much do you make in this job?
I make around 65 per annum. That's euros, 65,000.
And is there a bonus, anything else?
Yeah, so for my job, there's no bonus attached to it. But I do get a 13th month salary bonus at the end of the year. It's about 8% of my annual pay. But next to that, also in the Netherlands, almost...
So it said his monthly salary was about £3,800. And we saw the one-bedroom apartment was about £1,500 to £2,000. It doesn't leave much wiggle room. And say it's like a house. Like, how do you... I don't know. A lot of people's goals in Canada is to get a detached home. And there's a lot of, obviously, talk about a housing crisis. And then that ties into so much anxiety, so much angst, so much fear-mongering as well about immigration. And it's true. There's certainly a housing problem, as well as an inflation crisis. Cost of living, people are really struggling, right? So it's, wages are stagnant. I don't know. It seems like it's unsustainable. Even in my lifetime, it's like my first job was $8 an hour, right? And it's like, obviously the minimum wage I think is now about $20 an hour Canadian, which is still not even a living wage if you live in a city like Vancouver.
Every job provides you with a holiday allowance that's also 8%. So in essence, I get 14 months salary in a year.
And how many hours do you work?
Yeah, I work for 40 hours a week. It's fixed. We're not given the opportunity to work 36 or 32 hours, which is still possible in a lot of companies like ABN AMRO also it's possible. But we have a fixed 40 hours a week.
And how many vacation days do you have?
I have about 30, which is a decent amount of holidays to have here in the Netherlands.
Got it. Well, thank you so much.
Who came up with this 40 hours a week, anyways? So much of human interaction and human life revolves around our adherence to time, and I've been thinking about that lately. Like, I'd love to just not care about time. But you have an appointment. You better be there right on time. I would love to not care about time and just be free of time constraints. And looking at the watch, looking at the phone, like, oh, I gotta be on time. I don't know. It can be exhausting.
No problem.
What do you do?
Skipper.
I'm a skipper on tour boats.
How much do you make as a skipper?
19 euros an hour or something.
Ooh.
And then excluding the tips.
Excluding the tips, and generally, like on average, how much?
When she said skipper, I was like, wow. But then I saw it's kind of like a tourist boat. I was like, oh, she probably doesn't make that much. Probably gets good tips.
Do you get in tips?
So I would say on a good summer day, but like it's a long day. We've done like 5-6 tours. It's like 60 euros or 70 euros.
And
That's
do you
it?
get any vacation days?
I thought it'd be
So
more.
yeah, I just work. This is like an extra side job for me. So I don't have like any vacation days. I just like put myself available whenever I have extra time, and then
Okay, last question. What other benefits do you get as part of being a skipper?
you meet like all different sort of people. You get like really interesting people in your boat. You speak to a lot of people, and yeah, I don't know. It's just outside on the water in Amsterdam. It's pretty nice.
I just talked to a full-time skipper. He didn't want to be on camera, but he told me he makes around 3,000 euros net per month, and he works around 40 hours per week. In terms of tips, a good day would be around 100 euros. Average okay day would be 50, 60 euros per day. And he gets around 24 vacation days per year. What do you do?
I do work in corporate accounting.
And how long have you been doing this job?
This job around 7 to 8 years.
How much does a corporate accountant make?
I can say the average usually maybe 65 until 85. Usually these kind of mid-senior positions, and you can go plus. It depends on as well like the qualifications and the years of experience.
Besides the base salary, what else is there?
First of all, a lot of companies do the hybrid model of work, so you can have the opportunity to do home office, get some discounts, some personal development courses, say as well like insurance, some pension benefits.
Is there also a bonus?
Yeah, it depends on the contracts, but usually there is like a yearly bonus, a percentage, for example,
And how many hours do you work per week?
around 40,
What about vacation days? How many do you get?
28 to 30 days.
What do you do?
I'm a consultant.
And how many years of experience do you have?
I just have been here for 2 years only.
What's like the starting, if you can share, for like a consultant in Amsterdam?
In Am-
I'm guessing it's pretty good. I never really understand what consultants actually do, but just saying that phrase, it made me think of Office Space. If you guys haven't seen it, there's a famous scene where there's these two guys and they're evaluating the company, and they call them the Bobs. They're both of their first name is Bob, and they're interviewing all of the employees, and the company is evaluating everybody, analyzing everything in anticipation of, employee cuts, layoffs. So they want to find out who does what do you actually do here? And they interview the one character and they say, so what is it that you do? And he's like, well, I deal with the customers and they make complaints, and they're like, so you talk to the customers directly then? He's like, well, no, they talk to the call center, and then I take the complaint and take it to another section of the company. And they said, well, couldn't the call center just give the complaints to the section of the company that deals with the complaints? And he's like, well, no, like I'm a people person, and like I have to be the one that takes it. And they say, well, what is it that you actually do here? And he has a freak out.
Amsterdam, yeah, like I think
It's
net
good.
3.3 per month.
That's it? I thought he was going to be making more than that.
But that would double like in.
Are we going to
few
talk to
years.
anybody that's making?
And how many hours do you work
Lots.
per week?
Well, this week has been tough. Like 65 or so. But the goal is
Nope, not a chance in hell. That's why I like my current position. I work like 30 to 35 hours a week max. 65 hours, that's torturous.
around 55.
And how many vacation days do you
I
have?
do not like.
That's pretty good actually, where the whole office is off for 2 weeks around Christmas. And in total, that would mean like 30 days or so.
What do you do?
Okay.
I'm a bus driver in Amsterdam.
And how many years have you been working?
This year is 40 years.
Oh,
Whoa.
congratulations, 40
Attaboy.
years.
Thank you.
Amazing.
For a bus driver in Amsterdam, how much do you make?
And I make 2,700 euro
2,700 per month.
per month,
Is that brutto or netto?
netto.
And how many hours do you work?
On paper, I work 32,
And how many vacation days do you have?
24.
And do you think with that salary, is that enough to live here?
Yeah, it's enough.
So what do you do?
I'm a PhD.
I like that guy, humble. But really, though, 24 days out of a year. So 24 days would equate to, say, he works 5 days a week. So that's a month and a bit. Like a month, say, 5 weeks out of the year. That's crazy. So he works 52 weeks, and he's working 46, 47 weeks out of the year.
PhD students financial econometrics at the Vrije Universiteit of Amsterdam.
And as a PhD student, how much do you make?
My
Wait, you make money as a PhD student?
net salary is around 2,700 euros a month.
2,700 euros. And how many hours do you work per week?
It differs quite a lot, but generally I think about 50 hours.
And how many vacation days do you have?
I think it's 29. And I think we even save 2 hours a week if we work 40 hours a week.
Wait, what is a PhD student? I don't quite understand this one, but that's okay. I'm going to listen to the beginning. I want to hear exactly what he said there.
It's enough.
So what do you do?
I'm a PhD student financial econometrics at the Vrije Universiteit of Amsterdam.
Financial econometrics.
And as a PhD student, how much do you make?
My net salary is around 2,700 euros a month.
2,700 euros. And how many hours do you work per week?
It differs quite a lot, but generally I think about 50 hours.
And how many vacation days do you have?
I think it's 29. And I think we even save 2 hours a week if we work 40 hours a week. So it can be even slightly more, but it is, I think, generally 29 days.
And with that salary, is that a livable salary in Amsterdam?
Yeah, I guess so. So I could have made more in business, I think, or I'm pretty sure about that. But I think this is the nicest job to have for me. So yeah, I think it's worth it.
What do you do?
I work in the porn industry. I'm a sex worker.
And as a sex worker, how long have you been doing this?
I started performing 11 years ago.
How much do you make as a sex worker?
I'm a freelancer, like many sex workers here. So 1 month it can be 1,400, and next month it can be 700. It's mixed like that. It depends a lot on different factors.
How can you live on 700 euros a month? You get lots of roommates or what?
For the average sex worker in Amsterdam, what are like the ranges from low to high?
It really depends on the sector they work in. So if they work in the windows, it can be a few thousand euros per month, or a few hundred euros, and they still have to pay rent, which is 200 euros every night shift. If somebody works as an escort, then they make a few hundred euros per booking, and the booking is few hours. Right now, this is August, so July and August are very good for window workers at least, and for sex workers in general. Many people come for vacation.
How do the window workers make money? I'm just curious. Do people leave tips, or like how does it work? Do they have to pay a fee and then the window open, like the blinds open? Like, I'm just curious.
And they are ready to spend money. Another job that is related to sex work, but it's not sex work per se, is me working at a prostitution information center. And this is where I give information about sex work, about legislations, the history, and also how to behave.
In terms of, for you, doing sex work, how many hours do you work per week?
Oh, it really depends. My sector is this alternative porn industry, so I do a lot of emailing. And then if I'm preparing for the shoot, this is about sending informations and talking to the company, having Zoom meetings, and then traveling. So yeah, it can be like 10 hours a week sometimes just for that one job. But yeah, it can be a lot of work. And then I can have a month where I'm kind of doing nothing and relaxing. But yeah, this is very expensive country, and not everyone can even afford to start here for a better life.
And if you'd like to learn more about salaries, cost of living, life in the US, or the...
Wow. I certainly don't know much about that. That was an interesting segment for sure. She said 10 hours per week, but that's only for the one shoot. Alternative porn. I don't even know.
Netherlands.
I don't know where
Come
to
join my
start.
Patreon community. And to make...
Senior project manager. I work in privacy program management.
And like, how many years have you been working?
I completed 6 years to this month, in fact, yes.
Okay, 6 years. Can I ask you, how much do you make?
So you can start off maybe like at 50, 60 grand and go up to maybe 200, 250K. A senior project manager required about 5 years worth of work experience.
And then it can go anywhere between like 70, 80, 90K?
Something like that, yes.
Do you get other benefits like bonus, stocks?
In my current role, yes, I get both.
What's usually the bonus? Is like a percentage?
There's a range between about, let's say, 8% to 16%. You're just awarded a bonus at the end of the year.
And how many vacation days do you have?
In terms of calendar days, I get 29 calendar days off.
And how many hours do you work per week?
40 hours per week, 8 hours per day.
What do you do?
I'm professional barista.
And how long have you been a professional barista?
Around 2 years.
2 years. And how much do you make as a barista?
Around 2,000 euro.
And how many vacation days do you have?
Around 20 days.
Do you think 2,000 euros per month is a livable salary in Amsterdam?
It's small salary.
So I was just talking to a software engineer who works for a very big software.
So like a professional barista, do you need to go to school? I understand that there's value and that I'm not trying to demean any profession by any means. I'm just curious like how much schooling and training it takes to be a professional barista. And is it really a good career when you're only making 29,000 euros per year? Like how could you even live on that? That's why he even said it's a small salary.
A company in Amsterdam doesn't want to be on camera, understandable, but she told me that she makes a base salary of around 100K. The bonus can be anywhere between 10 to 15K per year, and stock options are anywhere between 10 to 15K per year as well. And she works around 40 hours per week. What do you do?
I'm a tech recruiter.
How many years have you been working as a recruiter?
It's been more than 10 years now.
As a tech recruiter, can I ask you around how much do you make?
That would fall something in the range of 50 to 80K or something in a year.
How many hours do you work per week?
Yeah, it's I would say 40 hours if you give or take.
And how many vacation days do you have?
I certainly know people that work in tech, and yeah, a lot of the times, like software engineers, they will receive stock options, which can be substantial, right? It's going to allow them to retire.
Like 20 mandatory and
early.
even 9 more, 29 on top of that.
So what do I do? I'm currently a senior unemployed officer. But before that, I was working in
Senior
human
unemployed
resources,
officer.
specifically learning and development. And I had been working for over 10 years, 5 years in that field. And I was making a salary of around 65,000 euros. An annual bonus that could be 5, 6K. Other benefits include 25 days of vacation, pension plan, healthcare insurance. I was working 40 hours per week. And generally in my field, you start off as a coordinator and you make between 40, 50K per year. You then move up to specialist making between say 50, 60K, and then senior specialist making between 60 and 80K. And of course you can move up towards management and make more, but generally these are common ranges that you see in human resources at the corporate level in Amsterdam. So here's a summary of the...
When I think of human resources positions, especially in government and even within companies, they're usually very, very well compensated in Canada anyways. If anybody's wondering, I work in social services, specifically rehabilitation, addictions. I think that's a general enough for you to get the picture of what I kind of do. I won't really mention how much I make, but I do quite like the low amount of hours. I really value my time away from work. I don't want my job ever to be the central thing in my life. So
The jobs we discussed, their annual salaries, monthly take-home pay, and vacation days. While this isn't 100% accurate because I don't have all their details, it's a really good estimate. And we can already get a pretty good idea of how much people make in Amsterdam. But Amsterdam is expensive. You need around 1,500 to 2,000 euros if you want a one-bedroom. Yes, many will spend around half of their take-home pay on rent alone or live with others. That was a lot harder than I expected because sharing numbers, especially your salary, is still considered taboo.
Yeah.
But it was fun
really
talking to people in Amsterdam. And I wanted to find a mix of people from blue-collar to white-collar workers. Now, what I found interesting was that for blue-collar workers, they were more okay sharing salary information. For white-collar workers, it was really hard. But again, I did learn a lot, and I was quite surprised because despite how expensive Amsterdam is
he sitting in bed?
I was surprised to hear people who didn't make as much. They were very comfortable making just enough. Now, if you have anything else to share...
Well, that's what they said on camera for your interview, and that's not necessarily the truth of what they think.
Please leave them in the comments below.
Just take it with a grain of salt.
And I hope you take care, have a good night, or a good day, wherever you are.
All right. Good stuff. Let me know what section or what industry you work in. If you're comfortable, you don't have to share how much you make. You're welcome to do that, though, if you like. And we'll see you soon. All right. Bye.